What's up, you guys? Steven here for Off the Shelf Movie Night to talk to you about physical media, about Blu-rays and 4Ks and DVDs, the way we like to buy and own our movies and TV shows and documentaries and concert videos, anything we like to watch. We can watch it when and how we want and not have to worry about re-edits, recuts, recolor, all that junk. We have it, we own it, and it is ours. And we have a beautiful library to show for it. If you are a collector or you want to be a collector, I think you're in the right spot. Even if you just like talking movies, I believe you're in the right spot. So please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell to be updated on when I post. And if you like what you see, a like and a share is very much appreciated. Really helps with the algorithm, helps get the word out about the channel. If there's something you'd like to see, also, I don't always say this, but if there's something you'd like to see or you'd like to hear me talk about, just say it in the comments and we'll do it. So I got a couple things. I'm killing a couple of birds with one stone today. You can see the big gap back there on the shelf. You know, if you've been following, that I'm doing a reorganization, trying to get things situated better on the shelves. The shelves are a disaster right now as I try and figure this out. And while doing that, I'm showing you guys my complete collection over a period of several videos. We've already done a couple of Arrow videos. I showed you my Arrow standard editions, my Arrow limited editions and box sets, subcover editions, all that stuff as I organize them in order. As I said before, I'm going to organize by either genre or studio, and then within that section, I'm going to do it. I'm going to alphabetize. So many of you guys have been at me about alphabetizing forever, and I will never alphabetize everything from A to Z, because my video store brain needs things sorted in genre, so that I can go to that genre when I'm in the mood for horror, or in the mood for a comedy, or in the mood for an action. I can go to one shelf and just do that. I don't have to look through my entire freaking collection because everything is in alphabetical order. I do understand, though, if you know exactly what movie you want to watch on a given night, then it can be easier if everything is sorted alphabetically. You can go to a shelf, go to a letter, and there's your movie. But I don't think by genre is too bad because, you know, it's pretty searchable too. So if you've got comments on that, let me know what you think. So we're going to talk about my criterions. That's what was in the gap there. And it's, a perfect time to do so for a couple of reasons. One, it's July, and there is a Criterion sale going on. If you're watching this, 6 months from now or whatever, I'm recording this July 2022. It's the annual Barnes & Noble Criterion sale. I did post a video over on TikTok. If you're not following me on TikTok, you really should, because I post over there quite often. I try to post as things happen. I happened to be out and popped into a Barnes & Noble here in Nashville. There's more than one, so I've got to go to another one, obviously, because if you see that video, you see that they hardly had anything. They had very little Criterion in there, so I didn't end up picking up anything. Anyway, so I'm going to show you my collection. Maybe it'll help give you some ideas for what to buy during this sale. I'm going to also give you some thoughts on what not to buy during this sale, too, for a variety. Well, not a variety, one particular reason, but we'll get there. And on top of that, my buddy Ken over at Midlevel Media, he does a monthly event viewing, whether it's an actor, a director, a studio, whatever. He'll focus on that for the entire month, and he is focusing on Criterions. So this would be a great time to follow him if you're not, because he's talking about various Criterion films all month. He also may give you some great ideas about what to buy as he watches Criterions that he hasn't seen. I think he has, what did he say, 36 or 39 Criterions in his collection that he has not seen. So he'll be watching those and talking to you about a lot of them, and maybe that'll help give you some thoughts on what to buy as well. Now, if you're going to shop at the Criterion sale, I recommend going to the store. You can order from Barnes & Noble online. You can also order from Amazon. Amazon is price matching like they always do. But I feel as movie collectors, it's important for us to show brick and mortar that we do still love to come and buy your movies, right? So if you can go to a Barnes & Noble, please do so. I think it's important. Anyway, let's get to the Criterions. I don't have a huge Criterion collection. It's okay. I'm very picky about my Criterions because the thing about the Criterion Collection, a lot of people think, oh, it's just the art house studio. It is not. But they do a lot of art house. They do art house. They do foreign. They've got really great horror. They've got great comedy. They've got a great everything. And I try to dabble in all of that stuff. But again, like I've told you guys before, I only want things on the shelf that I actually like and know that I will rewatch, because my collection is a reflection of me. So I do, dabble in Criterion. I because there's a lot of stuff I don't like. French New Wave of the 60s generally. I generally just do not like those movies. So I'll be dodging like Neo, Bullet Time, dodging those movies from Criterion. So anyway, here's what I got. Let's get into it. The first one, and I'm not going to go into detail about these movies too much because that'll make this video an hour long. So if you want to know something about a specific movie, mention it in the comments and we'll do a video on it. Antichrist. I've talked about this movie on here before. I've talked about this edition on here before. It is a traumatizing movie, not for everyone. View at your own risk. The Big Chill. This is a period film. This was made in the periods, in the 70s. I think it was actually made in the 80s, but it does feel period accurate. It has one of the best soundtracks in cinema history. It's a really great drama about old friends coming together and seeing how their lives have changed since last they knew each other. That doesn't sound like a really great story, but actually it really, really is. Believe me. The Breakfast Club. One of the best 80s teen dramedies. I love this one also because it's generally a one-location film, and I've talked about that a lot, especially over on my TikTok. I did a whole series of videos about one-location films, and The Breakfast Club is one of the best. I mean, look at this cast. Look at this freaking cast. I really do appreciate Molly Ringwald in the 80s, and she's great. She's great. The Brood. Okay, so The Brood. This is a David Cronenberg film. If you like body horror, this one is recommended, but this is one of the ones that I'm going to recommend to you now. Don't buy this in the Criterion sale because we have Crimes of the Future out right now, and that's coming out in a standard blue. I would wager that either Arrow or Criterion will get a premium version of this one. Crash has already been released in a 4K. I just have a suspicion that we are going to see some David Cronenberg 4Ks, and I think I would hold on this one just a little bit and feel it out. Let's see what happens. Day Trippers. Day Trippers is a really great fish out of water movie. I've talked about this one on here before as well. It's a light comedy. Highly recommended. All right, Defending Your Life. I do believe this one could get a 4K, but not for a long time. This just came out last year. This is a Albert Brooks. I get, James L. Brooks does something else. Albert Brooks movie about a guy who dies, and it also has a Meryl Streep. He dies, and he's held in limbo to defend decisions made in his life to decide if he can move on to a better place or he has to get reincarnated. All right. Gates of Heaven in Vernon, Florida. Errol Morris documentaries. Really, really great documentaries. If you're a student of film, if you really like to learn about film, these are must-watch. These are documentary making at its best. Character-driven stories. All right, so George Washington is a character film about these kids. Basically, it's their lives, their daily lives, what they do. It doesn't sound good, but it's riveting. It's meditative and just chill. And, David Gordon Green, do you recognize that name? I would bet that you do. Directed this film. Okay, Ghost Dog. Forrest Whitaker plays an assassin. He questions his life, his decisions, his work, and he has a very quirky group of friends. This is a really fun movie to watch. Funny Games. Talked about this on here a lot. Again, Michael Haneke film. Really good, but enter at your own risk. Very, very disturbing film. Gimme Shelter. Fantastic Rolling Stones documentary. Great concert footage and a great story here. I'm not going to ruin any of it. You just need to watch it. The Life Aquatic. One of Bill Murray's coolest movies. He's such a quirky character in this movie. Lady Snowblood and its sequel. If you're a fan of Kill Bill, you need to watch these movies. You'll learn where Kill Bill comes from. Lost in America, another Albert Brooks film. He and his wife sell everything, decide to travel the country in an RV, but then she loses all their money gambling, and they have to figure out what to do next. Very funny. All right. I feel very annoyed with myself about this one. Memories of a Murder. This is a Bong Joon-ho film. I am dragging my butt on this one. I have broken my rule for sure. Like, I try to watch everything within 2 weeks of purchase. The problem I had here is just every time I was ready for this one, I wasn't necessarily ready for subtitles. If you know me, been following me for a while, you know that I'm legally blind, so I have to be in the right mood and the right eye space for subs, and I just haven't. The two haven't crossed. But I know the director. I'm going to probably end up loving it. I love pretty much everything he does. Speaking of love everything he does, here's Pan's Labyrinth. There is a 4K of this out, but the color grading is wrong. It is inaccurate in that 4K, so I will maintain this one for now. This is a great one to pick up. This is a Jackie Chan Police Story collection. There's a cool poster in here. It's a cool slip. Punch Drunk Love, my favorite romantic comedy. I think one of Adam Sandler's best films. Repo Man. I think the artwork for this movie is a little bit spoilery. Harry Dean Stanton and Emilio Estevez. Harry Dean Stanton is a Repo Man. Emilio Estevez is his trainee. It's a very cool movie. Rosemary's Baby. Now, if you don't own this one, I don't know that I would be picking this one up. I just feel, for some reason, a 4K on this one. Sometimes you can follow the map and see what's coming, even when they don't tell you in 4K. You can read the tea leaves, and sometimes it's just a gut feeling. And I just have a gut feeling about this one. This would be a beautiful 4K, and I just feel it. I can't say anything except that I just do. The Royal Tenenbaums. This is a great, quirky family thing. Gene Hackman is my favorite in this movie, but it has an all-star cast. Okay. Sallow. Sallow is a phenomenal film. It's a work of art. It is full of socio-political commentary, but it is a hard movie to watch. Again, this is another situation where enter at your own risk. You have been warned by me. That is all I'm going to say about that. There's another David Cronenberg, Scanners. I'm going to say hold on this one. Again, I'm going to say wait. Let's wait and see what happens with Cronenberg. Sex, Lies, and Videotape. I love this movie. James Spader is in this one. I forget the name of the rest of the people. I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, you know this movie. I'm going to say hold on this one too. Not necessarily because I have any kind of specific feeling about it, except that this is a very old release. And I just feel like maybe a refresher could be coming. It really depends on the price. If you can get this one under 20, I say get it. But if it's 25 or more, I say hold on it. Okay, Shortcuts. This is a long-ass movie, but boy, is it good. It's sort of like an anthology movie with all the stories intertwining. Incredible cast. Robert Altman directed. This is a wonderful film. This is a safe buy, I think. I don't know that we're getting a 4K of this anytime soon, honestly. Okay, Silence of the Lambs. There is a Kino Lorber 4K of this already, and this is one of the few films in my collection that I double dip. This is a very solid Blu-ray. The 4K is maybe slightly better. Well, not slightly. It is better. But I maintain this one because it has bonus features that the Kino Lorber does not. So, again, one of the few times I have to double dip. I try not to double dip. Straw Dogs. This is a great purchase if you are interested in some Criterion kind of thriller stuff. This has Dustin Hoffman in it. Basically, he and his wife are in a remote village, and the locals terrorize them. Kind of home invasion-y, but not really. Okay, this is a must-buy. Uncut Gems. Now's the time to get this 4K, this A24, Adam Sandler. It's a beautiful 4K, great solid selection, very solid selection of extras. This is on sale. Now is the time. This is a must-buy. Videodrome. Okay, Videodrome is another David Cronenberg, and the reason I've been saying hold off is because this one's on its way. The 4K has been announced. It kills me because look at this packaging. This packaging is so cool, and I don't think we're going to get this kind of cool. Look, it's even got these like stripes of like you used to see on VHS tapes. And you pull it's like a riff on a beta, but you pull the beta tape out, and look at that. It's so cool. I don't think the 4K is going to be packaged this well. So I don't know what I'm going to do when that 4K comes out, if I'm getting rid of this one. Okay, this is the only DVD that I have, and this one needs to be upgraded. I just haven't come across it yet, and this might be a purchase for me if I find it in the sale, and that is Grey Gardens. It's one of the best documentaries ever made. You can see I still have the price tag there. The only thing is this has two things. This has the Grey Gardens and then a follow-up doc called The Beals of Grey Gardens. And the Blu-ray that's out doesn't have that, so I don't know. If I find the Blu-ray cheap enough, I'll get it because I'd love to see this movie upgraded into HD. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I've got. That's my Criterion Collection. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you maybe found some things that you should pick up, and some things that you should hold on. A little bit of tactical shopping built into organizing and all that stuff. And then remember, head on over to Midlevel Media. Follow up my buddy Ken. He'll have more recommendations for you all month long. Until next we meet, pull something cool off the shelf, share it with your friends and family, and remind them why physical media is the best way to watch films and TV. I'll see you guys on the next one.